It's a sign. People can do amazing things and you can be amazed by them, but this is a sign. When you're driving along the street, okay, and you're driving along and you're approaching an intersection and you see this red octagon off to the right, and you say, what is that, honey? Well, I think it's a sign. You know, I think you're right. I think that's a sign. What do you think we ought to do? Well, I'm not sure. Well, gosh, it's going to be really interesting when we get to this intersection. There's a sign there, but I'm not sure what it means. You see, that's a miracle. But a sign actually points to something. What does that sign mean? That sign means stop. Don't enter the intersection. You see, a sign points to something. It tells us something. This isn't just a miracle, it's a sign. It's pointing to Jesus as the light of the world. Now, how does that work? How do we know that? How did these people know that? Because they'd been raised and taught that that was true. You see, these folk knew their Bible a lot better than we do. And they knew Isaiah chapter 35. If you have your Bible, flip back to Isaiah chapter 35, and this is what we'll read. You see, the prophet Isaiah, hundreds of years before, is talking about the man of God who will come and save the world. He's talking about Jesus, and this is what he says. We're only going to read a couple of verses. This is what it's going to be like when Jesus comes. These are the things that are going to happen so that you can know that Jesus has come. And the prophet says, say to those with anxious heart, take courage, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance. The recompense of God will come, but he will save you. Then the eyes of the blind will be opened. The eyes of the blind will be opened. This is how you'll know this is happening, and he's the one. The eyes of the blind will be opened, and the ears of the deaf will be unstopped. That's the sign to look for, the prophet says. Look for this sign. That's why Jesus does this miracle. I mean, is Jesus limited in what he can do? I mean, could he have done something else? You know, could he have found me a better parking spot on Park Avenue this morning? He could have. He could have done that work. But that's not the prophecy that points to, as a sign, Jesus Christ. This does. When you see the blind's eyes open, you're looking at Jesus. You see, so there's a sign here. Now we're going to pick up with the story, and I'm going to kind of run through this. This is the CSI, NCIS investigatory portion of the story, all right? And I'll make a couple comments as we go along, but I'm really going to kind of breeze through this so we can get to the end. Are you ready? Here we go. Here's the main body.